Now I'm just going to be looping that into my looper just now so that we can build up this, this groove that we're going to be playing over. And now we've got these chords going over with this drum beat, and that sounds really, really good. The next thing we can try and do is put in some swells. Now swells can be done two ways, with a volume pedal, but the way I'm going to teach you to do it is using our volume knob here. Most guitars have a volume knob. If you don't know what they do, it just turns your volume up and down from 0 to 10. You'll probably have a tone knob as well, and I should have mentioned this at the start, but our tone knob is about halfway down for this song, so it's probably at about 5 out of 10. That's how I like it anyway. If you like it up at 10, that's absolutely fine, you do you. Now our swells, you're going to play the note initially with your volume at 0, and then you're going to bring the volume up and then back down. Now the notes I like to use here are 8 on the B string, then 3 on the B string, then 4 on the B string, and then 3 on the G string. And I'm just swelling each of them up into my loop. I'm going to start that just right now. And now you can hear just this nice swelling and dipping of melodies in and out of this really, really smooth groove we've got going on for Nikes. And that's what I think of when I think of the song. I think of really relaxed groove, very spacious sound, really, really lush chords. A lot of the time I'm trying to play really gently as well. If you feel like you're attacking your notes too much, they'll kind of bite, and you want to try and avoid that as much as possible. We should be trying today to be playing as smooth as butter, so try and play super smooth. If you're struggling with that, roll your tone even further down, and that'll give you a much smoother sound. That's it for the beat. Now we're going to go straight into the melody of Nikes. For this, I'm going to have tab appear across the screen, and also I'm going to be playing it to you just a little bit up closer. Our first little bar is really quite simple. It's going to go 8, 10 on the G, and then do a little phrase after that, 9, 11, sliding to 13, and then 11 on the high E. Full volume for this. And that was the first 3 bars. With those 3 bars in mind, I'm just trying to play everything quite gently, and I'm trying to go really smoothly and quite slowly on my slide. The sliding part of this is quite a big deal. You want to go nice and slowly on your slides here. There's quite a lot of slides throughout this piece. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Just a very small amount of vibrato there. And again. If you're not managing your slides, it's probably because you're not pressing down hard enough. You do need to press down quite hard to keep your slides going the whole time. And also your vibrato. If you've never had a lesson in vibrato, this should help. What I really like to do is, rather than approach vibrato from below, so you can see that my finger is perpendicular to the neck. So if the neck's going this way, my finger's going upwards. And this is a really hard way to do vibrato. And you don't feel very controlled doing that. What I like to do is I try to hold my hand as sideways as possible. It's much easier to make your finger go side to side than up and down. You also need to be very wary of the speed of your vibrato. So you need to try and take a lot of care to play, if you're in a slow song, playing very slow vibrato. It wouldn't really work if you'd done it the other way around. Have a listen. That's far too fast, you know? I'll play you some more phrases now. Feel free to rewind the video if you need more help with some of these, but they are straightforward in general. If you want the full tablature for this song, all the way until the end, you can access that by going to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/heartofgold. There'll be a link in the description somewhere. For just now, we're going to look at some improvisation now. Improvising on this piece is really, really nice. You've got such a nice chord sequence and groove. It would be a shame not to do a little bit of improvisation. I'm going to show you the scale on the screen just now. It is C minor. Some really good tips for improvisation to start with would be, try to write tiny little phrases. Phrases that are maybe about 4 or 5 notes long, and try to include repetition. People often think when they start improvising that if they repeat something, the audience will think that they are being unoriginal or they've ran out of ideas already. But really, if the audience hears something that they like, they would like to hear it again. That's why we have choruses in pop songs. They really like to hear that thing that they really liked again and again. So I'm going to try and show you something. I'll just improvise something, but it will have repetition in it, and hopefully you'll see what I'm doing. So I repeated some rhythmic ideas, and I kind of stole some Frank Ocean lyric melodies every now and again. That can be a really cool idea, to steal possibly the melody but change the rhythm, or to steal the rhythm and change the melody of something you've already heard. And that association can really bring the listener in and really invest them in that melody, make them want to keep watching. Because that's sometimes the hardest thing when you're doing an improvisation, is making sure people want to keep watching. I like to use slides a lot, especially with this tone rolled down like it is. Notes flow really smoothly. You can do double stops as well within your melody. You have to be quite careful that you're not overpowering with these double stops because they usually come out quite loud. A double stop is just two notes together on the scale. For example, double 8 8 on the D and G strings. I played double 8 there and then I hammered onto the 10 on the D string. I thought that was a really nice idea. I really like double stops, they remind me quite a lot of Jimi Hendrix, so I use them all the time, to be honest.